How's it going, guys? Kavi here. Today I wanted to showcase how to price check items and how to utilize the trade post most effectively. And first things first, you want to ensure that you're using this price check button in the upper right hand corner. If we were to price check this, like if I price check this right now, it's just going to say 300. But because I have this T0 mod here, you want to make sure you click this filter button in the lower left hand corner, and you want to make sure you actually select your filtered mod. So you can see here that the price on this is actually $6.50. And then we want to make sure that we're selecting whatever mods are relevant. So this one has pretty high cooldown reduction on it as well. So that actually makes the price on this actually go up to $1,300. So you can see how if you aren't using the filter button here, you would be basically costing yourself a significant amount of money if you list something at way too low of a price, depending on what it is. If you're really unsure about everything, you can just check all the boxes. If you want to see, just to make sure, but sometimes like these little mods aren't going to be as important, like the attack and cast speed, the cold resistance, the max life. That's not as relevant as these other mods that are on here. Once you have these searched, if you don't want to just trust this initially, you can click this little hourglass here and it will pull up a trade link with the exact mods you have selected here, and you can go ahead and search it for yourself. So we can see what's different about this one compared to mine. So you can see this one does have like the corrupted cooldown reduction as well. So if I were to list mine for sale, it would probably be closer to like 800 or 900 FE, not the 1300 that this one is, because this one's going to be giving more cooldown reduction. And then this one you can see here, this one actually gives a lot more focus busting. So of course that's why this one's so expensive. For other things for yourself, say if you wanted to search for a specific item, if you want to actually have your searches get saved, there's this feature here under called condition groups. So if I have something here in a condition group and say I wanted to search for, I guess let's search for the hero memory here that I'm using. This is going to be for the cold skills here. For this character, we only want one that has a maximum cooldown of 3 seconds, because the one that has 4 seconds basically isn't useful at all. It's not one you want to use, so we want to make sure we search for only ones with a cooldown of 3 seconds. And when we click search here, it's only going to pop up just the ones with the mods that we want. We can have multiple conditions in here as well, and the best thing about these condition groups is if I were to come back in here and I go ahead and select condition groups, it's going to save the condition groups that you have. So say I had a different condition group and I wanted to look for these ones with cold pulse on here, I could basically search for these. And if we fully leave the trade post and come back, these condition groups are still here. So say I like, okay, I don't want to search for this, I want to search for the other condition group instead. You can basically swap between those and you can save as many as you want in here. These are going to be separated per specific item you're looking for. So say if you're looking for legendary divinity slates, you'll have condition groups in here that you can set, and it'll have all the condition groups specifically for divinity slates. So you can say if you wanted to look for something that has at least 2 of the mods in this group, and we wanted it to have, I don't know, we can, what's max? We can look for something that has maximum life and cooldown recovery speed on it. And this would only show items that are going to specifically have these 2 talents on them, or 2 things on them, whatever it may be. I think this might be a bad search. Oh, there you go. This is fine. This is only going to show the items with this max life and energy shield and maximum life. But you can search for any 2 or 3 or whatever you wanted it to be. Things for that. Some other good things to keep in mind are if you are trying to buy, say, embers, for example. They did add this new price check button on over here. You used to have one of the item in order to search the price on it. But now what we can do is we can say we wanted to price check ultimate embers. And we can see, okay, the cheapest one is 21, and then there's a few of them less than 23 here. So we want to go ahead and hit the search button, and then what we want to do is we want to click this price filter button here. And you want to make sure you change it to the second side over here. This is unit price filter, and we only want to see the ones that are 23 FE or less. You'll see here any of the ones that are not 23 FE or less, it is going to kind of black out for us, so we don't actually see them. And we'll only see the ones that are like priced at the price point that we have here. In this case, it looks like the few that were 23 might have got bought, but this will make it to where you can quickly kind of filter through all the pages. There we go. So we found one here. These are the ones that are actually priced at 23 FE per. And so you want to make sure you are using that price filter button anytime you are trying to buy either mapping items or beacons, things like that, beacons, compasses, whatever it may be. Say you're looking for these, you can hover this, see what the actual cheapest price is of them, and then search for specifically that price so you don't end up scamming yourself a bit. Other things to note in regards to, I would say, divinity slates are, say for like a minion player, there are a lot of different options that you have here under the advanced tab. For divinity slates here, for God of Knowledge, if you want to just search for level here, right? If you're playing, say you're playing this Frost Iris build that I'm playing, we could use a slate that either has +1 to cold level or spell level. So we could go ahead and search for this condition group here. And then this is going to be the specific condition group that either of these is going to match either +1 spell or +1 cold. So this way we can kind of get a list of both of them and then kind of search through here and find the price of the one we want. As you're going through, as you see one that is the lowest price, you can go ahead and just hit the favorite button here and you can kind of continue to cycle through. And this way, if you say we cycled through all of them and we got to the very end and that 44 chaos or 44 FE rather was the cheapest one that we saw, we can kind of exit out of this and go to this button that says my collection over here. And then we can go to our collection over here and we'll find it right here in our collection so that we can go ahead and buy it right from here. The collection page was upgraded so you can add a lot more items to it now. This is good when you're searching for things, as here you can see I was looking for beacons for Focus Strike earlier, and then I ended up buying one of them. Same thing for when I'm searching for rings for basically crafting bases, anything like that. Yeah, I guess that's one other thing we can go over. If you are trying to buy specific crafting bases, if you click this base gear here, you can look for a very specific helmet. So say you only wanted Fallen Knight helmets, then you can make sure that for the item level for what you want, you do always want to be ensuring that you're getting at least item level 82. This is required for a lot of T0 mods. 82 is required, and then if you're going for something for crafting, you want to search for gear plasticity and you want to set this to 200. So you're not seeing already crafted items, you're just going to see items that are like a fresh crafting base for you to craft on. And then you can also add in, like if you wanted a specific mod here, then you can go ahead and search for that. So if we wanted, like say, minion double damage, we could click on this, and then if you click this affix level right here, this you can set it for specific tiers. So say if I only wanted tier 1 minion double damage, I could go ahead and hit, you got to make sure you hit this blue confirm button here to get it to update, and then you can go ahead and click search, and then now we're only going to see Fallen Knight helmets with this tier 1 double damage mod on it, and then we can go ahead and select it from here and then craft it as necessary. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll be more than happy to answer them, and other than that, see you in the next one.